Rites of Passage. A big fan. Imaru floated at the edge of the large crowd, waiting for an opportune moment. He tried to remain inconspicuous. The hive ghost had snuck out of the tower, leaving his bone-ridged shell behind to avoid unwanted attention. He filched an old shaded shell from an office junk drawer. The sunglasses made it perfect for sneaking around under cover. Given the gaudy shells these preening tower ghosts wore, Imaru was sure his new appearance would go unnoticed. He wandered around the last city for a while, watching the citizens putter from one inane task to another. Since resurrecting Savathun, Imaru had been witness to the creation of a throne world, cosmic-level spellcraft, and interplanetary invasions. Being pent up with the humans, watching them haggle over the price of charred carrion skewers was maddening. He was nearly bored enough to return to the tower when a stream of rowdy celebrants piqued his interest. They poured into the streets from houses, bars, and betting parlours, all making their way toward the edge of the city. Imaru floated among them. The crowd eventually arrived at the perimeter of an abandoned military base. Well-to-do patrons filtered past redjacks into the base, while most of the crowd gathered around enormous screens set up outside. The screens displayed the opening salvos of a crucible match, and Imaru could detect changes in air pressure as the Guardians bombarded each other within the facility. After the match's brutal conclusion, the crowd dispersed. A few die-hard fans waited around the gate to congratulate the participants. Eventually, the Crucible's boisterous announcer emerged to receive his fans' well wishes. Once the crowd had thinned, Imaru floated up to the one-horned Guardian. "I love what you're doing here, big guy," Imaru effused. "I got friends who would be very into your whole kill or be killed vibe." Imaru could sense Lord Shax blinking beneath his helmet, trying to place the ghost's voice. "Well met. Perhaps your friends will join us on the field." "Oh, you've met some of them already," Imaru chuckled. "You got a lot in common, actually." Imaru raised his voice in imitation of the Titan's booming commentary. "Only the strong survive. Make pain your ally. Dying is an essential element." That's right in their wheelhouse. You might even call it a philosophy. "Well, the Crucible is more than just senseless violence," Shax patiently explained. "It's about honor and fair play. It's about bringing the best out in one another and rising above our limitations." "I totally understand," Imaru said, chuckling inwardly at the Titan's canned rhetoric. "The goal is to be the sharpest we can be, and anyone who can't handle the edge gets cut. There's a certain logic to it." "I'm glad you enjoyed yourself," Shax said as his gleaming sparrow materialized beside him. "But remember, the Crucible is about more than just combat, more than just Guardians. It's about putting our differences aside and uniting everyone in the city, including the ghosts." He seemed to wink. "I'm a big fan," Imaru gushed. "Thank you for uniting so many different types of people, more than I could have imagined." "Many thanks for your support," Shax hollered as he revved the engines on his sparrow. "I hope to see you and your friends again soon. Until next time." The massive Guardian gave his admirer a brief salute and sped off into the city. Imaru watched the Titan recede into the distance. "Whatever tickles your trigger finger, buddy," he muttered. The hive ghost floated off toward the tower, renewed in his purpose. At least now he knew what the Witch Queen saw in the humans. Maybe they would come around after all.